Hi and welcome to your full moon reading for the month of October. Now October's got two full moons falling in it, one coming up on the 1st and one on the 31st, Halloween, which is really exciting. This particular full moon coming up first is going to be falling in the sign of Aries and is called the Harvest Full Moon. This combination of energies means it's a real time for taking action. Traditionally the full moon is a time to release what no longer serves you, and that's what this reading is going to be about. So to receive the reading, all you need to do is pick whichever pile you're drawn to, and we have the blue throat chakra crystal, the purple raw amethyst, and the white selenite crystal at the end. All of the tarot packs used in the readings are listed down below as well. So once you've chosen whichever pack you're drawn to, you can go into the description box and it'll take you straight to your reading, just clicking on the timestamp. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. It really helps the channel grow. If not, please hit the subscription button. It's completely free. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll hear when more videos are released. And I'd love to know how you find the video, so please leave a comment below and hit the like button. And if you enjoy the reading, don't forget to share the video, and you can come over to my channel and also find more videos, lots of zodiac readings there. Hi to all of you who chose blue throat chakra crystal for your full moon reading. So to start off the reading, we're going to be taking an oracle card from the Dark Mirror Oracle, just to give us a kind of tone of what it is that you might need to be releasing as we come into this full moon cycle. So a lot of you, with this being a full moon in Aries, it might be something which is going to be something which needs to happen quite quickly. It can also be something which is maybe going to be coming from a fiery conclusion to something. But the reading is just to help you recognise what it is that you might need to be looking at in your life just now. So from the Dark Mirror Oracle, we have the Revenge card. So it could be that you're feeling that you can't forgive somebody for something, or that you're feeling that somebody owes you some kind of an apology. But there is this sense then that you're in some kind of energy where you feel that you've been wrong done by somebody. And so the cards are coming today to urge you that for you to be on your best authentic self, to be on your most useful path in life, it will be to look at this revenge aspect that you have in you. And sometimes we kind of worry that if we forgive somebody something, or we let something go, that in some way we're letting them off the hook. And the cards coming to you today to remind you that actually it's letting yourself off the hook when you release some revenge feeling or some feeling of wrongdoing from other people. It comes back to the idea of anger being the poison, drinking poison and it harming the other person. It's just recognising that to feel feelings of revenge inside you are really damaging. I mean, in this image, I don't know if you can see, the actual lady's got blood tears coming down here. So it's something's holding you in a place of not being able to forgive someone, or being able to move on from something, or just feeling that you've been mistreated in some way. So just pulling from the tarot now, what we're going to be doing is taking 3 cards for the situation, 3 cards looking at what might be blocking you from releasing this, and just some guidance on how you could move forward to releasing this. The full moon energy is the perfect time. It's a time when we really are urged and drawn towards being in alignment with releasing things that just really no longer serve us and are actually causing us more harm than good. So we have the 2 of Pentacles for where part of your energy is. You've also got 2s here with the swords here, so it could be that the reason why this is coming up just now is that you actually are on the edge of recognising that you need to forgive something or let something go, or you're recognising that actually the revenge you're expecting or waiting maybe isn't going to be as enjoyable as you actually think, and you're starting to feel that some bitterness inside of you is causing you more damage than good. It's causing you to not really focus on what you have in your life. You have the 10 of Swords. So again, this kind of looks like it does feel that you are naturally, and we have the Page of Swords, coming to the end of a cycle somewhere in your life. So with this 10 of Swords here, it kind of shows that you are at the lowest you could get. So it does feel that for a lot of people who've chosen this stone, it probably means that whatever this sense inside you of being wrong done by has actually been alive in you for quite a while, and it is coming to the end of the cycle, there is something in you just now which is making you feel, I can't actually continue on like this. And we actually have the full moon depicted in this particular Ten of Swords here, and that's right in the center of your reading, really saying that enough's enough. You're causing yourself this pain and this real blood tears. You're causing so much distress within your body from holding on to this. And with the Page of Swords here, there is two aspects of this feeling that there's a new beginning of how you're going to be thinking, but also that in the past the words you've said to yourself have been unkind. It feels that you've had some repetitive thought patterns going through your head which have kept this poisonous need to revenge or feel that, waiting for somebody to apologize, wanting to punish somebody for something, and it has resulted in you having to juggle and be slightly split in some way in your life. So it really is urging you just now that this is the time to drop this cycle, drop this way of thinking, and it's time to start fresh in your life without the bitterness, because bitterness is a real heavy feeling in our hearts, really heavy, and it can make us act in ways which just aren't in our best interest at all. So just asking the cards, what's blocking you from dropping this need to have revenge on someone, or this need to hold on to some bitterness, replaying unpleasant and painful memories and thoughts in your mind? Because we can end up having thousands of arguments in our head with somebody, or things we'd like to say to them, bitter words we'd like to say at them. We have the Hangman, and actually every time we have these thoughts in our head, they actually happen. We feel the emotional stress as if it was a reality, these arguments and these painful words. So we have the Hangman. So what's blocking you is almost being able to, now this is a really hard thing sometimes to appreciate, that we can become so bitter and so pained by something or someone which has happened in our life that we can't see any point of view apart from our own. And that's not to say that you have been treated, not to say you haven't been treated wrong. It's just to say that sometimes we can take things, hold on to things and make them very personal in our life without really understanding or recognising why the situation's even happened. So that is a block just now for you. It's not being able to move past just your own point of view, one very firm, I need to get revenge point of view. They deserve it. I can't let go of this. They can't be forgiven. That does feel that that's the thing which you're holding on to. And it's keeping you held in this suspended state. This ready to attack state. There's quite a sense that you're ready for battle all the time. So there's a lot of anxiety there, and that can be really exhausting. And this Ten of Swords, that it looks really exhausted, and that's a real strong block from you, that you're just suspended by this bitterness, this one point of view, this frozen pain. And again, it's really not to say that you weren't hurt or there wasn't reason for this pain, but holding on to it is damaging you now. So just asking, what other blocks do we have here? So we have the Fool card, and this packet's a beautiful Fool card here. So it could be that this has been going on for a long time, whatever this thing that you've been holding on. Sometimes it's almost hard to imagine what our life would look like or feel like if we removed a thought process, if we started again. It becomes, sometimes pain and revenge can become, we've had two cards come out here, pain and revenge can become part of our life, part of our lifestyle even. And coming out here we have Judgment, but also behind it you've got the Eight of Swords has popped out. And judgment can come up for all different reasons. In this particular placement, it feels very much that, again, it's this point of view, this judgment that you've had on others, this real strong judgment. And I can't reiterate enough, that doesn't mean that they didn't deserve this judgment or that you haven't been done by, but holding on to the judgment, having this repeated painful thoughts, you can see here with the Eight of Swords, it's keeping you completely trapped. You're trapped in your own mind, and that's what's stopping you from moving forward into a place where you can start to enjoy and feel light again, because revenge is such a heavy card. And again, this Fool here, this almost afraid to let it go. So the cycle is ending, some painful cycle is ending, and the energy is absolutely ripe for you just now to release past pain, to release past bitterness and revenge, and take a take a step off the cliff it's kind of urging you to do here at the moment. So I'm going to get some guidance from the cards on how you could potentially move through these blocks, move through this trap pain, trap judgments, and this suspended state. Just asking for some guidance. Oop, I'm flying off. Oop. So we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is often to do with dishonesty and sneakiness. It's often to do with, but I often think it's very much to do with, you've got these two shiny swords here and you're kind of ignoring them, and all you're focused on is this tarnished wares here. You've kind of forgotten the good here. So I think what this is really urging is to stop. And again, it's the swords. There's so many swords here, very, very in your head. To stop surrounding yourself by the tarnished, and it's time to turn around and start looking at these brand new swords which are behind you, the ones that you're not really interested in because you're holding on to all this tarnishedness. And there is also, it does feel like you're really aware now's the time. You don't want to be this theft of the night now. You don't want to be up all night thinking about, concentrating on these painful thoughts. And we've got this more moon images here. You want to be moving to a place where you can start to feel your joy and your happiness again. So just more guidance from the cards on how you can remove yourself from these painful thoughts, how you can start to let these painful thoughts go. And we have the Six of Cups in reverse. The Six of Cups in reverse can often be very much about that you are stuck in the past, stuck in nostalgia, but also waiting for an apology. And that's one of the hardest things, and one of the reasons why we hold on to revenge and pain so often is because when you feel unfairly done by, you want the other person to know it. You want the other person to suddenly have this aha moment where they get the light bulb, they realise the pain they've caused you, and they apologise and they say, I'm so sorry, I did you wrong. And you're being urged to recognise here that in reality, unfortunately, that very rarely happens. For some of you, it might be that you have an apology coming and that will help you. But this is very much about what you need to do to release trap pain. And it is stopping expecting an apology. Recognise that whoever has hurt you in the past, they probably feel justified, regardless what the situation was. They feel that they acted in their own interest and they have nothing to apologise for. So waiting for this cycle to end and start a new journey based on an apology isn't going to happen. So it's knowing that you're going to have to, it's having the strength to accept an apology that you'll never receive. So it's recognising, yes, I feel that I was hard done by, but this apology, I don't need this apology to verify and make my feelings valid. And we have the Page of Cups in reverse for the guidance as well. And I think this comes very much with here, this waiting for some apology, some emotional bandage coming from somebody else. This sense that it does feel like what you're waiting for and what you're avenging, because you want someone to feel the pain, the hurt, the upset, the lack of love that you felt. And everything here is really, really pushing towards the idea that you need to let go of the idea that any loving feelings or any loving words are going to be coming to you regarding this, or that you are going to actually have a justification, that you are actually going to have your revenge, because it's holding you in such a negative place. It's just urging you, it's really saying to let it go. It has to be to focus on the wonderful things and really take your mind away from waiting for an apology or waiting for offerings of love to come back in, or kindness to come back towards you from somebody who's hurt you, and to stop trying to hurt them, because it's hurting you in whatever way you're doing it, even if it's just in your mind. Sometimes we can hurt people just because we have these horrible conversations in their mind. And the conclusion you have coming out here is the Queen of Swords, which is a really wonderful conclusion. There are so many swords happening here. very much in their head, and this is about mastering your mind. So if you are able to stop waiting for an apology, stop trying to repeat in your head painful thoughts that you have regarding how you think this should turn out, or how you wished it turned out, or any bitterness you have, if you're able just to start to let them go and allow the other person to be released from your thoughts, to stop having these thought patterns about them, you'll become more the master of your own mind. You'll be able to take control of your own emotional well-being just from not listening to painful and repetitive thoughts in your head. So that's what I have for you for this reading. It's very much about releasing painful thoughts this moon cycle, which is coming on the 1st of October, and it's doing it with as much passion as you can, because it's a very fiery full moon coming in. It's about, the full moon just now is very much about cleansing. So it is cleansing your thoughts, so whether or not that's through meditation or it's from whatever kind of support you get from those around you, but really working hard to release painful old thoughts. So I hope that's been useful. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscription button. It's completely free, but it really helps the channel grow and be seen. And hit the notification bell so you can hear when more videos come out. On my channel you'll find lots of zodiac readings if you're interested in that, and if you're interested in a personal reading, all that information will be in the description box below. So I hope you have an enjoyable and fruitful full moon. Hi to all of you who chose the Royal Amethyst for your full moon reading. So in this reading I'm going to be looking at what issues you might have going on that you need to release, what blocks you've got towards releasing them, and any guidance that the cards can give on how you can work towards releasing it. First of all, pulling an oracle card from the Dark Mirror Oracle. Thank you so much to all returning subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the button now. It's completely free, but it really helps the channel grow. And if you hit the notification bell, you can hear notifications when new videos are released. And if you come over to my channel, I've got lots of different zodiac videos and different kind of videos there as well. So just pulling on the Dark Mirror Oracle for guidance and what might be blocking those who chose the purple amethyst on this harvest moon. So the harvest moon, which is falling in Aries, really is a fiery time for cleansing. So it's a very, very powerful full moon. And the card you've got coming up is Anger in Chains. So for a lot of you, your emotional well-being might be feeling very unsettled at the moment, and something is triggering thought patterns and emotions that are actually ending up sabotaging your forward movement in life, is what we're getting here at the moment. So we'll go to the tarot and find out what this anger might be about. So this might be something that you're very aware of and you're wanting to focus on just now and release. It could be that you're feeling very trapped and angry about being trapped. With the word anger in chains, I'm getting very much more the word chains coming out, and messages it is about feeling bound in some way, and it's that binding, that feeling of lack of freedom somewhere, that is actually resulting in anger. So just asking for more information about this situation. So we have the Page of Wands coming out for you. So for some of you, it is this sense that you can't see where something will end in your life. That's what's binding you. It's this sense that you can't see a new beginning. You can't see a way through something. This Page of Wands, you can see how his head, his face is very covered by his hat. He can't quite see where he's going. He knows he wants to start off on a new direction somewhere, but he can't see a way out of something. He can't see how he can move something forward. Some more information on this feeling trapped, this anger, these chains. So we have the Death card, whatever has been making you feel trapped, and we have the 3 of Pentacles, whatever has been making you feel trapped recently, you are at a place where your the anger has gotten to a point, or the irritation or the upset, the negative emotion about feeling trapped somewhere has gotten to a point where you're no longer willing to put up with it, which is a perfect energy to be in, because a full moon is all about releasing things. It's all completely about making changes in your life. So it does feel that you are ready to release yourself. So whatever this new way of thinking or a new journey you want to move into, this freedom that you want to move into, you are completely ready for it. And it doesn't feel like a new thought which has happened. This is really built up. This has been building up for quite a long time, whatever the chains are that are in your life. So the chains might be that you're stuck in a contract somewhere, that you're stuck in a partnership, that your lifestyle situation, your home life, or even just the world situation, whatever it is, it's not something which has just suddenly happened and you're thinking about. You are coming to a conclusive point just now. You're at breaking point where you're no longer willing to stay in a place which has been building up and building up and building up, because you're ready to start making changes towards something. So just asking, what might be blocking you? What's blocking you from freeing yourself from a situation or a person? What's blocking you? It could be that you're desperate to get out of a job situation, but financially you're trapped there. It could be within, as I say, within a relationship, or just a lifestyle that you're stuck in, even a habit or an addiction that you're stuck in. So take it as it resonates for yourself. What's blocking? What is blocking? What's blocking? What's blocking them from making these changes? What's holding them back? What's blocking them? I'm being very secretive here. So we have the 4 of Swords, which is very much a pause energy. I'm getting very much the message of fear of consequence from that. Often that's a card of rest, but from this one it feels more fear of consequence. And we have the Ace of Pentacles as your blockage, and one more card just for what's blocking. What's blocking forward movement? What's blocking breaking free? What's blocking at this time? And we have the 9 of Cups. So there is a huge awareness just now that you're feeling unhappy in a situation, but really what's holding you back is you're quite worried about how to move forward in this situation. For some of you there will be an addiction or an overindulgence which is trapping you. So it will be the physical aspects of an addiction which is trapping you. For some of you it's just that sometimes when you feel so unhappy, that can actually be your block, because the lack of motivation, and it is this slight pause, this slight kind of holding back from making a change. So something up until this point which has stopped you making a change from something that is keeping you bound to something, again a habit, person, situation, has been that you've almost been feeling quite down and depressed about something, and that's what's been causing the lack of motivation. And you're also quite scared about how it's going to affect your stability. So for some of you there will be a financial issue with what's keeping you in a certain situation. Again, it might be a partnership with someone, it could be a job situation, but there is a fear of how it's going to affect your financial stability. So there is an addictive aspect here. There's also a fear of stability if you were to break free of something. And yes, there is this sense of that you've been putting it off from fear of the consequences of it, fear of how you'll live if you break free of a chain. Because often we're in chains for certain reasons, aren't we? We're in situations for certain reasons. We don't do it out of choice. We do it often out of fear. So there is that fear of consequences of what would happen if you break free from a situation or lifestyle. So just getting some guidance now from the cards, guidance which can help clear these blockages, help clear either overindulgent patterns or fear of instability and fear of consequences. Sometimes it can even be with this kind of covered eyes. It can be you can't imagine, you're no longer happy in a situation, but you can't imagine what your life looks like not in the situation, which again comes back down to these consequences and stability fears. So the guidance you're getting is the Ace of Swords. That's come out in reverse. We might take a clarifier on that. For me, it's feeling very much like it's time to cut loose from something. There is very much and that's why with it being in reverse it seems strange, because you've got these kind of, there's lots of cutting motions starting to come into the picture in my mind here. So it is cutting yourself loose of something. So for that, we're obviously saying that you want to cut yourself loose of something. This is kind of giving you the reassurance and the comfort that if you have concerns about what your life would be like if you broke free of a situation, this is reassuring you here, because when the Ace of Swords comes, it comes in this particular pack, it comes as if it's coming from the gods as such. It's coming from the universe, it's been handed out of the clouds, it's been gifted to you. So it's knowing that any fears you have about finding some newfound freedom or breaking free of something or changing your lifestyle is actually the correct way to go at the moment. And with the full moon energy, it's the time where we have the Fool card. It's the time where we are urged to release something. So everything energetically just now is ready, and the universe is kind of saying, listen, I've got this, you've got this, you can do this. And now you've got the Fool card coming out as well. So here we've got the card where he's off on a new journey, but his eyes are covered. On the Fool journey, it's very carefree, it's very relaxed and excited. It's a brand new, unaware journey. So it's saying that even if you can't picture what your life is going to look like if you cut free of a situation, it's recognizing that it is time to start on a new journey. It's time to start on this new path that you're thinking about. So again, it's urging again that just to stop pausing, to stop holding back, and to stop worrying about how life will look like if you remove non-freedom aspects in your life and start to move towards freedom. So one more card of guidance. We have the Star. It's a beautiful card of guidance here. The Star's very much about wish fulfillment, but it's also very much, in this particular one, it's for me very much about balance and healing. So it's really urging that this is a time to heal from painful things that have kept you trapped. For me, I'm getting very much this is to do with your thought patterns around something that you need to heal. So whatever chains or contracts or situations that you're in, this is about healing your thoughts around those situations, or even healing an actual physical addiction is coming up here, and starting on a new brighter path where you're alert and looking forward and excited and carefree once you've cut something out of your life. So it is very much saying this is a time to come to a conclusion. And this full moon is very much about cleansing, very, very much about cleansing, with it being the harvest moon. So it could be that you need to go on a physical cleanse of some type, or it is just removing things which are toxic for you in your life, breaking free of them. So just putting a concluding card for you. So you have the Two of Wands coming up. So everything is free will. The cards are recognising that you're wanting to break free of something in your life, and they're trying to bring comfort to you, knowing that if you have the courage to step away from the consequences or the fact you can't see how things will look in the future, then actually once you've broken free, once you've cut free of something, your future is going to become a lot clearer. So again, you can't actually see his face here, but you can see where he's looking, and he's looking to his future. in his front here. So it really is saying, yes, the future might not be as clear as you'd like it to be outside of chains, but it's going to be very fruitful. This is a wonderful planning card. It's the card of expansion. So that there does look like, for those of you who wish to take on the challenge of cutting yourself free and the confidence to be brave, because it is hard to make changes, to cut yourself free, then actually a lot of healing will come from it. A lot of healing, new fresh starts and expansion are on your horizons. And I don't think in the particular, it feels like this will happen very quickly as well. If you will make these changes in your life, whatever it is you need to change, then actually you'll see the results, the positive results, very, very quickly. So that's what I have for you. I hope that's been useful and enjoyable. Please leave a comment and hit the subscription button. It is completely free, and the notification bell will let you know when there's more videos come out. If you're interested in a personal reading, details are below. And also come over to my channel and check out what else I've got there. Thank you. Hi to those of you who chose the white selenite pile for your full moon reading. So what we're going to be doing in this reading is pulling an oracle card from the Dark Mirror oracle pack, and then using the tarot to look at what blocks you might have just now that you need to release, and any guidance towards releasing it. So welcome back to subscribers. Thank you so much. If you hadn't subscribed already, please hit the subscription button. It's completely free. And if you hit the notification bell, you can hear when more videos come out. And on my channel, there's lots of zodiac readings as well. So just asking, what does pile 3 need to release in this full moon? So you have obsession has come out. So somewhere in your psyche, it's that you are, I'm getting that there's a blinkeredness happening at the moment where your focus is in one place so much that it's starting to disrupt other areas in your life. It's not allowing you to see full pictures as such. It does feel that, I keep getting the word blinded, which even though there's not actually the imagery here, it does feel that because you are just literally looking in one direction and your thoughts are around one thing, that you're not seeing a full picture somewhere. Now this could be that of your own making, as in you are obsessed with thinking about one thing, or it could be that life situation is making your focus go just in one direction. But what you're being urged here is to release that obsession aspect, that single-minded looking in one direction, and start to look around more about what's going on in your surroundings a little bit. And it's interesting because in the card here, although you've got this object which is supposed to be the one object they're looking at, when you actually look at where their eyes are going, they're not. This is not actually where their focus is. It's almost like they're in a trance. So I'm getting the feeling that because you're being so focused on something, it has almost entranced you and created this feeling that you can't really see what else is around you. So it could be that someone's blindsiding you at the moment, or it could be that you are just overly focused in one area in your life. But you are being urged, this is what needs to be released. And it does feel that the consequences of not releasing it could end up to be quite far-reaching, not in a scary or dramatic way, but just that it could come to quite a fiery conclusion if you're unable to open your eyes a little bit to a certain situation. I'm almost getting. So the cards you have here is the Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's this feeling that your mind is so set in one direction that you're completely unaware of the other things, the other choices. There are more choices than you're aware of. And it could be that this is coming into your awareness just now, or it could be that this is really something that you're not even aware is going on in your life because you are so focused on one thing in particular. Just some more information on the situation. So we have the Emperor. The Emperor is a very strong and determined card. And we have the Hangman in reverse. And it's really interesting because what you have here is almost this very strong card in the middle, very focused, looking completely forward in one direction. It's a very confident energy, a very one-minded energy again, and it's looking completely straight forward. It's not looking around, it's not doubting itself, it's very decided. And yet on either side of you, you have this Two of Swords, which is talking about, as we said a moment ago, this inability at the moment to recognise, and it's even, you can see that the blindfolded in the imagery here, completely this inability to recognise that you have more choices than what you're aware of because you're only looking at one thing. And then we also have with it, just reiterating on the other side of it, so you're surrounded by, you're being nudged to really see the signs that there's more than one choice in your life, or there's more than one way of doing things, or more than one interest that you need to be having in your life. We have the Hangman, but it's in reverse here. The Hangman, when it's this way, is very much about points of view, seeing things from a different point of view, but also being in a state of pausing and standing back from something. Whereas when it's this way, it almost looks quite free. This particular fall, it almost looks like he's dancing with these coins falling, and he's almost dancing his way out of chains, which the other way around are holding him. This is about not being able to see from another point of view. So when he's hung upside down, he can see from multiple points of view, different views on things. He can have empathy and thoughts about different things and stand back. When it's this way up, it's like you're charging and dancing towards something. You're determined and you're looking in one way because you can't actually see that there's any other way to do something. So all of these are just really asking you to look around you and really fully recognise where in your life, or with who in your life, are you seeing that there's only one choice, and you're not actually recognising. The universe is really nudging you in this full moon to release this idea that there's only one path, one way, one person, one interest. Because for whatever reason, it's recognising that it's blocking you in some way. So I'm going to ask for some guidance on the blocks this is causing you. What's blocking you from seeing your choices? What's blocking you from being more open-minded about something? And that's not in a negative way. It's just it's coming across that so we have the moon. It's coming across that you just can't see what's around you. And it's looking for symbols. So the moon is very much about the unknown and the subconscious. So it could be that you can't recognise even that there could be more for you. It could be that you're settling for a certain direction. But I think it's also very much this block that you can't see it. It's coming across as if the universe is really nudging you just to turn your head a little bit, just to step out of your comfort zone. Take off any blindfolds or rose-tinted glasses that you have around someone or something, and see that there are other things around you on offer. Just some more guidance on what's blocking from seeing the choices. What are the blocks towards being able to see the full picture somewhere, or the reality of someone? And we have the Magician. So we've got two contrasting aspects here. We've got lots of two imageries happening as well, lots of balance coming in. With the Magician here, the Magician's very much about manifesting exactly what you want, complete awareness and almost manipulation towards moving to exactly what you want. You've got two contrasts here. You've got the unknown and the complete known, the complete awareness. But with that coming underneath the Emperor, it feels to me as if the thing which is blocking you is that you've decided on something, this thing that you've become so focused on, and you're going for it. Both these cards here are very much looking straight at you. They're not looking around them, they're looking straight at them. Their eyes on the goal, and they're just not prepared to look sideways or consider it from a different point of view. So I think in this case it is the Magician being unable or unwilling to look to the unknown, to look to what else there could be. And the other blockage you have here is the Nine of Wands coming in. I'm getting that for some of you, you're wanting to, the thing that you're focused on, so strongly focused on, and the direction that you're so determined to not deviate from in any shape or form, is to do with a slight lack of confidence in the unknown. Because with this card, these are very, very confident. It's like, well, I know how to do this. I know how to do this. I'm going to keep going in this path. I know how to do this. And there's this fear coming through that you don't really fully understand other choices because you've never experienced them. Therefore, it's better the devil you know. Stick with what you know. Stick with what's completely consuming your path up to this point. Don't deviate at all, because it might be harder than you expect, or you might have to almost defend yourself in some way. It's that you're not willing to look. You're too scared. Not scared in a fearful way, because it feels more that you're unaware of it than it's actually an alive fear. That this card here, I'm just trying to fully understand with it. It's more. It's just not willing to be not deviating from the path. You can't. That's what's blocking you. Not deviating from the path. Not deviating into the unknown. Not taking off the glasses and just looking at what else there is, really. So just going to ask for some guidance on how you could potentially widen your choices. Become aware of your choices. Guidance on how you can move through those blocks. I mean, it's wonderful. The confidence in that is really lovely, but it's almost that the confidence is actually what's blocking you, because you're so confident and set on a very reliable, known path that it's not allowing you to explore things. And this is a time for cleansing. It's a time for releasing that, staying in your safety zone, staying in your comfort zone, staying just where something makes complete sense, and allowing yourself to explore your unknown options, or look out for, be more aware also of symbols and signs that might be coming to you just now, which might point you, open different doors of opportunity. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This determined path and this slightly obsessive way of moving down it means that you're going too fast, is what I'm getting here now. So the message is if you slow things down, if you slow your decisions down, if you slow your pace down, that's when you'll be able to see what's more going around you. It's like the difference between driving down the road at a speed and walking down it and enjoying everything that you can see. So it's saying, if you don't take shortcuts, don't speed through things, and take time to notice your surroundings. I'm even getting a little bit more. I think within the surroundings you'll have opportunities offered to you. If you spend more time, if you pause at that, when you're walking past someone, you pause to have that conversation, then instead of charging on because you know where you're trying to get to, it's that conversation, it's those opportunities that the universe is nudging you towards taking more. And we got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Again, very much about slowing down. I think for a lot of you, you're very, very on a very, very determined path. This is slowing down your work. The Eight of Pentacles, when it's this way around, is very much about very diligently working, very focused, highly focused working, great confidence in your work. And again, it is a huge confidence, but what it's just urging just now is the right time for you to slow things down and just see what other opportunities are around you. What is it that you might potentially be missing out on in life? And it could just be that your options are to balance your work more with play. It could be that because you're so determined down one path, you're not recognising some fun aspects of life or some other aspects of life. It could be that you're not recognising that someone is feeling neglected in your life, anything like that. But it's just saying this very one narrow, not narrow-minded, I don't want to say narrow-minded because it doesn't feel like narrow-minded, this very one direction focus needs to slow down so you can enjoy what's going on around you. You can start to see things that you didn't notice before. So I'm just asking for another guidance card. Another guidance card here. One more guidance card. And we have the Eight of Cups coming out here. Again, this is very much about coming away from the path you're on. In this one, he's recognizing that there's something in his cups which is slightly missing from his journey, and he's deciding to take a slightly different path. And it's wonderful because he's coming out that he's heading towards a full moon, so this being the time when you need to release something, it is starting to recognize that the path you're on is not necessarily got all the full cups that you need. It's not necessarily going to fulfill your heart in some way, because there's lots that you've got the pentacles here. It's saying slow down the focus on the money and starting to really feel the focus on the heart as well. So whatever it is you've been going for, hell for leather, with just one thing in your sights, this is reminding you, step sideways, potentially turn your back on something a little bit, slow it down a little bit even, and just see what's around you, because the surroundings here, he's out in nature, it's wild. He's allowing himself to pause and stand and consider his options in his direction here. So we'll just get a final card here. Of course, if you're feeling quite happy with this very strong direction you're going in, you don't need to do anything here, but the universe is nudging you to recognise there's more to life than you're seeing at the moment. And the concluding card here is we have another two aspect. We've got the Two of Wands. This is the planning card. This is I think this follows on really nicely from here. If you're able to see that there are other paths and take your time and pause and look in different directions. These two cards here are looking straight towards you. They can see exactly where they're going. Both these cards are about, I find, much more adventurous. They're much more about looking forward and exploring new horizons. And you've got this moon here, then you've got this sunburst. You've got a lot more balance in your life if you're not just seeing it in one direction, or not just focused on an outcome, whether or not it's financial outcome or some other kind of stable outcome, but not being so focused on everything that you know and just going hell for leather in one direction. And you can expand your horizons and find new paths and it feels like a lot more of a fruitful and enjoyable journey than this. Feels quite hard work. It feels successful and powerful and strong in one energy, but there's an energy of it which feels quite closed and draining. So you are being urged at this full moon to release this desperate, total focus in one direction and allow the unknown to come in, allow your mind to wander a little bit, allow your work to slow down and just take in your surroundings a little bit more. Really see what's around you, what options are open to you. Well, I hope you found that enjoyable. Please leave a comment below. Hit the subscription button, as I say, it's completely free. Hit the notification bell and come over to my channel if you're interested in seeing some more videos, and there's information in the description box if you're interested in a personal reading. And have a good month.